So, hello everyone. My name is Jordi. I am from Mexico, and I'm here as an exchange talkers for INGLêS. Today, I'm going to talk about what is my experience here in Brazil. I'm going to tell you a little bit of the story how of how we Mexicans saw Brazil, what we know about Brazil. Well, in this case, like general stuff, and also I'm going to talk about like my experience here in Brazil. I spent 2 days in Rio de Janeiro, and after I came here. So those are the stuff like we are going to talk about. If you have any questions, like you can leave it there in the comments, and I'm going to answer all of them. And also, if you don't understand something, or if you want me to speak in Spanish or in Portuguese, just tell me. I'm going to be really, really what's I forgot the word like in English even in Spanish, but I would be really happy like for talk to you in those languages. So one of the first things I really know about Brazil is like it's almost all Latin America because that's the biggest country I think here in Latin America. So that's the general stuff that we know. Also in Mexico, like we have this knowledge about Brazil that you love football. That football here is a religion, and that's true. We don't know. Well, at least I don't know a lot about football teams here. Right now, being in Brazil, I only know three teams. Well, three, four, like five teams. Grêmio, Internacional, Flamengo, Palmeiras, Juventus. So there's a lot of teams here. Football is like something that is really really important for people, and that is in my point of view really amazing me because those feelings about competition they are really really good. Also, uh, we know that you are really good at football. Brazilians are really, really good at football. That's the reason you have five World Cups. What else? Also, we know like feijoada, no Mexico. That's a good dish that we know about Brazil. I think most of the um, culture or tradition that we know there in Mexico, they are from Carioca culture. Some people have this image of Brazilians like they have the carnival. They are always at the beach playing football with a caipirinha. So we have this kind of mindset there in some parts of Mexico where the people it's just judging by the cover of the book. So that is one of the mindset that we have also there in Mexico. In a lot of places we have the same that I've been in another countries, and in those countries they were always telling me, oh, okay, you are from Mexico, tacos, tequila, mariachi. So that is one vision, that is one um, thing that I don't like from all over the world. It's not only from Brazil and Mexicans. Also, let's see if there are some questions. I think no, but well, um, about Brazil, I think you are. really, really charm, friendly, outgoing. Uh, and now I love Brazil. I came here because one of my friends did a volunteer work here in Brazil. I don't remember the place, but it was a different place there in here in Brazil. So she told me that Brazil is amazing, really good people, that I should do that. So that is one of the reasons I came here. Another reason was I have a cousin. So his girlfriend is from Curitiba. So I asked him if I can like come to Brazil if there was like any problem for coming here, and he told me no, it's just the COVID test. You need your passport and one form that you need to fill up at the airport. And I say, well, perfect. So that is another reason that I'm here. Um, what else I can tell you here from Brazil? The carnival is really important. I think it's the most amazing carnival in the world. So a lot of people there in Mexico knows about it. I don't know which date is it, but I know it's in February. So mm, my experience here in Brazil, it has been really, really good. I spent 2 days in Rio visiting just the beaches and the Redeemed Christ. That was amazed. The feeling like visiting one of the seven wonders of the world was really, really amazing. I got amazed by the views there in Rio de Janeiro, and the even that Brazil it's well back in Mexico there are a lot of news about some security stuff in Brazil. So even those news there in Rio, I wasn't in the favelas, but I was in the tourist places. That feels safe, like there's a lot of security due to it's a touristic place. I think we have the same issue in Mexico that if you go to some dangerous zones, you cannot like get out from there alive, maybe. But if you are in the touristic places, um, you are not going to like have some problems. Also, I think there are a lot of similarities from Mexico to Brazil. People are really good. I'm getting in love with people, with friendly, outgoing people. Um, in Mexico, it's almost the same. The charm of the people, how their behavior. That's really really amazing, and I love it. I love it. Even I feel like if I were in Mexico sometimes because um, there are some moments that I feel really really comfortable here in this country, and also with my host family here at Talkers, they are really really great. What else? There are a lot of stuff here in Brazil. I've tasted like feijoada, coxinhas, churrasco, chimarrão, a lot of candies. I think maybe you are the sweetest country in the world because there's a lot of candies. You love sugar, and even one interesting thing about here Brazil is like I didn't find something really specific from Mexico. Uh, in all the countries that I have visited, or maybe I'm not sure if it's here in Farropitas that you don't have a lot of things, but in a lot of countries that I have visited, at least there are one or two stuff from Mexico, like chili or like some spicy things, tortillas or some Mexican candies, something like that. Here in Farropilas, was a little bit like really, really difficult to find something like that because I've been in like maybe 4 or 5 different markets and I just found something that it's not from Mexico. There are like kind of Doritos, kind of nachos that you can buy in the markets, but like it's really different. Also, a lot of people here. they are really great. They invited me like for some Mexican nights, and they made some tacos. I made here some sopes here at Talkers, and it was really good because that way you can interact with people, you can share the culture. But there is one stuff that I'm not, and like right now I I desist from all the stuff because I know I'm not going to find here some picante, some pimenta, like I have in Mexico. So I've tasted a lot here, candies and a lot of things, but it's going to be a really difficult to find something really similar to Mexico. So now I gave up like for finding some stuff from Mexico here. I'm not sure if you have some questions. If you don't have, well, let me talk about here my experience with Farroupilha. I think this I'm not going to say it's a small because it's not small. If you compare it with other cities, yeah, it's small, but I think this is a lovely place to live. Uh, I like cold weather, so that is something I really like from here. What else? Um, People here is charm, and I've been living in some European cities, and the things are really far away. But here is like everything is just go around to the corner, maybe 2 or 3 blocks, and you arrive to some place. So that's really amazing. Farroupilhas, I think it's Caxias and Bento Gonçalves. I've been there in in Bento Gonçalves like a couple of times, and in Caxias just once at the market. Well, the mall that is there. I'm not sure if there's only one or two or how many, but I've been in the nearest mall where the cinema is. I've been watching Space Jam, a really good movie. I love basketball, so I was like there in Caxias. Also, I went to a really cool restaurant. I don't remember the name, but was in the rock and roll mood. Was really amazed. I've tasted cheese. I tasted there in Caxias and here in Porto Alegre. So I haven't tasted like here. I'm not sure what. Here I tasted like hamburgers, but they are not like good. Now I like more cheese, though that name is really interesting. But and in Bento Gonçalves, I've been in the vinícolas. I did a tour inside the vinícola called Aurora. I think it's the well one of the most recognized vinícolas here in the zone, or I'm not sure in the country. Like I don't know a lot about that, but it was a good experience. Like to see how the wine is made, how the ages are like changing the process. There I found that Brazilian wine that exactly that brand exports to Mexico. So that is good. Now I'm gonna try to find those kind of wines there in Mexico. They're going to be like it's going to be an interesting research about finding those kind of wines, Brazilian wines there. I think there's a lot of influence, like in that part in Bento Gonçalves, there's a lot of influence from Italian German culture. All the people is telling me here, and now I know it like by heart that here the influence of Italian German people there's a lot. Also, there are a lot of people here that not comes from Italy Germany, just they are from Europe. Like I met here people from Poland descendants, from French descendants. So here there's a mixture of cultures that I like it. So here is really similar in some points of Europe, maybe the architecture, the food, the behavior, but it's a really interesting mixture about like the European culture and Brazilian culture. So I think that's a good mixture. You know, it's something interesting that I haven't seen in another part of the world. What else? Here in Brazil, I want to go to Bento Gonçalves again. I think there's a Mexican place called La Madre. I would like to go there because I'm not sure. At least for me, like being in another country and just remember feeling like they recognize your culture, or at least they know your culture. It's satisfying, at least for me. Like that, I am not in a strange place. So I want to go to Bento Gonçalves. I would like to see some places in Caxias do Sul. I've been here in Nossa Senhora do Caravaggio. Was a good place. I went there. I don't remember if it was last Sunday or 1 week ago. Was really really cold. I love that. And well, here at Farfilias, I I'm starting like recognizing some places, some streets, how to get to some places. Now I can get to my host home like by myself. So that's something that I really really like. So I'm not sure if you have more questions. Well, and talking about what Brazilians know about Mexico, I think everyone wants to go to the beaches there, like to see the clear water in Cancun and Tulum. Just for you to know, near Cancun and Tulum, we have another wonder of the world that is called Chichen Itza. Chichen Itza is a place, it's like the town where well there is one pyramid of the Mayan culture, and that is one wonder of the world. Um, as well as the Redeem Cruise. So, if you want to go, and if you can go to Mexico, to Tulum or to Cancun, you can go by car. Like it's 2 hours, 2 hours and a half far away from there. It's a little bit far, but for Mexico, the distances and also here, the distances are real long. So I think you can manage that. And also, we have a lot of things to do in Mexico. One important thing that maybe you should know is that you can go to Mexico and you can live like forever there if you want. The only thing that you need to do is like arriving to any airport in Mexico, you need to ask for a kind of visa, but it's not a visa; it's just a permission. And with that permission, you can stay there for 6 months. You need to pay like 21 euros. I think I'm not sure how many. It's like $22, $23, and you can stay there for 6 months. And after, if you want to, I'm not sure if you want to ask again for another 6 months, you just go to the airport and pay again, and you can do it like all your life if you want to stay in Mexico. So that is one thing that maybe you should know. If you want to go to Mexico, you can stay there like for a long time, and even you can work, you can do whatever you want. You can buy a house, you can invest there just with that permission. So that is something that in any other country I haven't seen that. That is something really really easy. So if you want to visit Mexico, you can do it like lots of times. Um, I've been talking like a lot, so yes. Let's see if there's another person, another people who wants to ask something. I really don't know. But okay, so what else I can tell you? A lot of people is asking me where I'm going to come back to Mexico. I'm gonna come back to Mexico on August. Well, August 17. I'm gonna come back to Rio de Janeiro. I'm going to spend 1 week there, like sightseeing the touristic places, the beaches. I want to visit. More a little bit about Rio de Janeiro. After I'm going to have a connection flight in Sao Paulo, so I'm going to have just a little perception of Sao Paulo, how's the city. Maybe I think a lot of people tells me about Sao Paulo that is one big city, and I think it looks like Mexico City because there's a lot of buildings, a lot of dangerous places if you don't know the zone, if you don't know like the city. Also in Mexico, and what else? Well, I think I'm not sure if I'm going to visit or if I'm gonna stay here uh, for more time. I would like to, but I am not sure which places I would like to visit. There are a lot of places I would like to. Some people tell me that um, the north and beaches are really, really amazing. Like from there, from Belo Horizonte, and I don't remember the other places. Also, a lot of people tell me like in Minas there are some good places. Also, in the countryside, you have the Iguazu Falls. Also, they are really really good. So there are a lot of places here in Brazil like to visit. I I am not sure about if I'm gonna have the time like to visit them, but well, that is the stuff that I'm going to like be into. So I'm not sure if you have any other questions. I'm going to give you like my social networks if you want. Uh, Also, you can have it there at the Talkers page here on Instagram and YouTube also. And if you have any questions or anything that you want to know about the countries, about trips, about how to improve your English, Spanish, maybe some French, or if you want to teach me Portuguese, you can send me any message, and I will be really happy to talk to you. So I'm not sure if you have any other question, but well, so really, really thank you for having me there in your phones or in your computers where you are watching the stream. I'll be here on Talkers. I'll be in the students and also like giving some um, I'm not sure how to say it, consultorias, well, or asesorías. I'm not sure if it's the same word in Portuguese. But well, I will be here in Talker. So if you have any questions, or if you want to talk, or if you want to say hi, I'll be here for you. So really, thank you for having me there for this live here on Instagram and YouTube. So I hope to see you soon, and I hope you have a good afternoon. I think yeah, right now it's afternoon. So boa tarde, and really thank you.